What's up everybody, welcome to my channel where we don't do and think like the average person out there. You might be thinking for a while now that you want to become an investor, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to be financially free, you want to do all those cool fancy stuff. But the only problem, you're stuck at a job, you need that paycheck and you can't stand that job. Now, what do you do? How do you quit your job? Well, you have selected the right video. Now, if you want to quit your job, the first thing you have to do is figure out why you need your job. For most of you, you need your job because you need your paycheck and you need to pay your bills and you need food. If you weren't working, you wouldn't have any money and you wouldn't be able to take care of yourself, and that is a problem right there. And for some of you, it might be time. You might be working at your job so long, you have enough money saved up, invested and all of that, but guess what? If you quit, you don't have any friends to hang out with because they're all working, and if you stay home, you're going to be bored. And this might make you miserable, like you don't have anything to do, so you just go to work to feel occupied. And for some of you, you might be at your job to learn. You want to learn a new skill. You love what you do. So if that is the case, you might not be worried too much about quitting your job. But what if you are? Continue watching. If you are working a job because you need money, there are two numbers that I want you to figure out. They are: one, your standard number. This is pretty much like the same as your income that you're getting now. And if you were to quit your job, you have this amount of money coming in that you can use to replace your income immediately. And it wouldn't cause any shift in your lifestyle. So to make things simple, I'll be quoting in US dollars. So let's say you're making 1,500 US dollars per month, then that is your standard number. And the second number I want you to figure out is your survival number. That means if you're to get fired right now and you cut your expenses, what is the minimum amount of money that you could survive on? So let's say that amount is $1,000. Then you need to figure out how to make $1,000 before you quit your job. So now that you have your survival number and your standard number, you need to be making somewhere between these numbers before you're able to quit your job. Oh, and I forget the lavish number. If you want to live a lavish lifestyle, then you might be looking at $5,000. So when you go lavish, it's going to be harder for you to quit your job and retire. Let's say you invested your money and you're getting 8% per annum. That means for every dollar you invested, you're getting 8 cents in return. Then you'd need to invest about $200,000 to get to your minimum survival number of $1,000 per month. And to get to your standard number, that means you'd need to invest close to $250,000 to get to $1,500 per month. Now, this is pretty much a standard retirement model where you work and save and invest enough money so you can live off the interest without going broke. But Emma, what if I don't want to wait 30 years to live my life? Well, if you want to quit your job and start living your life, proper financial planning, saving and investing will only get you halfway there. That means you have to start something to generate enough income so you can quit your job sooner. And this has to be something that you enjoy doing, and that will also satisfy the time issue that I mentioned earlier in this video. Now, let's say you are a big fan of decor and you hate your job as a customer service representative. Well, what you can do is start a decor business on the side. Now, every extra time you get, you take that extra time and work on your side hustle. You can do this on the weekends, you can do it during the week whenever you get home. Yes, I know it's hard, but it is possible. And as you grow your decor business to a point where you're profitable at least $500 per month, that is your minimum survival number, then you're ready to quit your job. And once you quit, you can now transfer that time and energy that you normally use on your previous customer service job and funnel it into your decor business. And then in return, your decor business now can start generating enough profit to reach your standard number. This is your $1,500 per month. And then if you work a little harder and grow your business some more, then you can reach the lavish lifestyle income number. That is maybe $5,000 per month. It depends on the individual. You have to work out the numbers and see what number is for you. I know it's easier said than done, but you have to look at these numbers as very reasonable, and with consistency and discipline and hard work, you can get to it. Every free time you have, just keep on working towards it. Before you know it, you'll start making $100, then $200, $300, all the way up to $1,000 or whatever your number is. I want you to understand that going from $0 to $100 is going to be 10 times harder than going from $100 to $500. And getting started is the hardest part of it. Now, let's say you want to start an online business. The hardest part of it is to find a product to sell. But what you need to do is give yourself a timeline. Just like how if you're working a project at work or anything along that line and you get a deadline by Friday, you do everything to meet that deadline by Friday. If you give yourself 1 week to find a product, I'm sure you'll find that product to start sell. But without that deadline, you'll keep on searching every day without selecting a product. And this alone can make it very hard to get started online. Well, Emma, I can't wait that long to reach my survival number. Well, this is what you can do instead. Well, if you have enough money saved up, like you can live 1 or 2 years without working, then you can always go for it, and then you work on that side business or side hustle until it reaches your survival number. And you also have to factor in your retirement, and also if you want to continuously invest during this period. These are very important. So if you want to continuously invest on a monthly basis, that survival number, you have to include your monthly investment in that survival number, because you don't want your investments to get sidetracked. Quitting your job is not something you just get up and do overnight unless it's really frustrating. So if you're frustrated now and you want to quit your job, the work have to start now, and then you give it a 2 to 5 year timeline. Maybe you get lucky, maybe an opportunity come before that, but you have to start the groundwork from now. So where you are 3 to 5 years time from now is dependent on the decisions you make today. That's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching.